key there.
That is key.
Unnecessary.
Do you think that there's any necessity to consume animal products?
Sorry?
Do you think there's any necessity in today's world to buy meat or eggs or dairy?
Well, look, I'm not knowledgeable on this matter, but like obviously it's a source of protein. I try to cut down on meat myself, but you're vegan. You're not even vegetarian. You're vegan.
Vegan.
That means can I drink water?
Water. Water's fine. Water doesn't suffer.
Yeah.
It is a source of protein. Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
It is a source of protein.
Show them first. Let's show them what we're doing here. He said that you should
Be vegan.
So he's right now oppressing me. He's saying you should not. Would you like to?
So it is a source of protein, but once we establish we can get that source of protein from somewhere else, then it becomes unnecessary. So my question to you is, are you against unnecessary violence?
Unnecessary violence?
Yes.
What do you define as violence?
Violence could be many things. I say stabbing in the throat.
Yeah, okay, but is that compared to the animal?
Sorry?
For example, violence, obviously, human beings is different to an animal. I believe even animals should not be treated in a certain way, yeah? Because we know that the Prophet ﷺ told us, the Prophet, peace be upon him, I'm a Muslim, yeah? He told us that there was a woman who tortured a cat, yeah? And because of her action, she was doomed to hellfire.
Right.
And there was a prostitute woman who was walking past a well, and there was a dog who was about to die, very thirsty, yeah? And she got a shoe, put it down the well, and got water out for him. And God said that the Prophet ﷺ that her sins were forgiven. Yeah. So to us, animal cruelty is very severe. So the thing is, though, what it is what we have different extremes. So I believe you may be from another extreme. What's your name, by the way?
Jack.
I'm Ali. Nice to meet you. So Jack, you might be coming from another extreme where you're just totally like Islam is balance. You get it? Like even when we believe in God, we have fear and hope. Yeah, they both go together. So if you have too much fear, it's not good. If you have too much hope, it's not good.
You mentioned the someone torturing a cat.
Yeah.
And you see that as wrong.
Yes.
So why is that wrong?
No, that's wrong because why? Because why are you torturing an animal? For what reason?
So because it's unnecessary.
No. It's not that. Like, what's the purpose? Because like we say, for example, slaughtering an animal, it's not. I don't see that as violence because there's a necessity for it, which you believe it's not. Yeah. But you can tell me, okay, I can go and get that protein from God knows how many other places, but I can say to you, but I can get it from just that one meat instead of going to a different places. Yeah.
Okay.
So you can say, okay, to get the same protein.
So it's unnecessary then.
I believe. Look, would I die without it? I don't think so. Yeah. But for example, to not eat it because of I don't know what other reason that you deem to be. Yeah. So an animal can die for a variety of reasons. Yeah. So to us, for it to be done in a humane way, and that you don't go to the animal and kick it and beat it up, that's ridiculous, yeah? And that's haram in Islam. Yeah, that's the reason why when you slaughter an animal in Islam, you should move it away from the other animals, so the other animals don't see it.
But the definition of humane is to show compassion or benevolence. So how do we compassionally kill an animal for a necessary reason?
No, like I said to you before, I believe there is a kind of a necessary need, not absolutely necessary. Like,
but it's a black or white. It's there is or there isn't.
No, not really. You can't give it the matter of like black and white. Like for example, you need certain times you need to implement violence to bring peace.
Okay. Yeah.
So the thing is, in that aspect, we have to. The police, for example, they would use their batons or whatever. But when it comes to, they will use rubber bullets, and then people say, "Oh, okay, it's about to get real." So then you need certain. So like this whole thing of kumbaya and
what peace does it bring to kill an animal? What's the peace?
No. The thing here is this. Yeah. Okay. Number one, you don't have to torture an animal, yeah? So, for example, to slit the throat, yeah? Firstly, that's why we are told to sharpen the knife, yeah? Cover the animal's eyes, yeah? Okay, and do it as fast as possible so they do not feel pain, yeah? So, if we've got two, jugular veins, yeah? One of them is gone. Have you ever blacked out before?
Sorry?
Have you ever blacked out before?
No.
Yeah? Okay.
It must be my healthy diet. I know it doesn't happen to me.
Yeah. No, but there's actually, I heard there's a recent study that says that vegans are more likely to have heart attack. I don't know. I've heard of it.
That's not true.
I've heard of it.
Okay.
No. We don't know. The point here is this. I'm not going to use that against you, yeah? And okay. I would think to use that or having me, it wouldn't be fair as well. But I'm thinking to come to a balance, yeah?
Okay, let's say I got a dog in front of you.
Yes.
I get a knife out. I say this knife is very sharp.
Yes.
And I try and slit the dog's throat.
What's the purpose?
It gives me pleasure.
No, you're crazy.
Taste pleasure.
No, it's crazy.
Taste pleasure.
You're crazy.
I like the taste of the meat.
I'll call the police. Can I get the police officer for this man, please?
No, why do people eat meat? It's for the taste pleasure.
No, there's a variety of reasons. Obviously, we have to survive.
That's not why. We're not doing it for survival.
No. But do you affirm that, for example, our ancestors,
Yeah.
it wasn't easy like get apple and
Sure. They may have had a
okay. So what that means is now you're saying that in today's age we don't need it.
Yes.
That's subjective. But our ancestors did need it to survive. So you wouldn't be here today if you didn't eat meat.
Yes. Okay. But I also wouldn't be here if people didn't rape women. I wouldn't be here.
You can produce. You can have children without.
No, you can. But my ancestors will have raped people.
Why?
I wouldn't be here without rape.
How do you know they're raped?
Because what do you mean? How do I know? Because
they're married.
Because we're going back thousands and thousands and thousands.
Never
and thousands
like married,
years.
like relationship married. Why does it have to be raped?
No, my point is, just because something happened in the past, that doesn't make it ethical today. And you can
But depends, but
you can find a context, right, where it would be ethical. Our ancestors needed to survive, so therefore it was ethical then. That doesn't make it ethical in this context. In the same sense, killing another human can be justified in some contexts. In self-defense, violence can be justified. That doesn't justify it in the context where I don't need to.
Okay, but the thing is, you're giving extreme examples. You're talking about rape. I'm talking about in general. Maybe they got married and a variety of other reasons. Yeah. Okay. So the thing is, though, I'm saying that to have meat, it's not an absolute, like no Muslim will say to you, you have to be a Muslim, you have to eat meat. You don't have to eat meat.
Exactly.
Yeah? But the issue is to condemn somebody that eats meat or to see them as barbaric. I'll say that's wrong, because there has to be a fine balance.
I'm not condemning you.
Yeah. What's your background? Are you religious?
No, I'm an atheist.
You're an atheist. Oh, okay.
But I'm not saying you're a bad person for consuming animal products.
So look, do you know there are some recent studies also show that plants have they can sense pain as well.
There's no research there's no evidence that plants can feel pain.
There is some. I'll try to find it for you, but there is some evidence towards it. Would you agree that they are living? Would you say they're not living?
They're living.
Okay, so then the point that comes to is this, is that I can come and use the same argument and be like, look, for example, the tomato, or for example, and you don't know if, let's say, argument's sake, if science finds out that these tomatoes or these things actually feel pain, what does one do?
Sure.
Because then it's going to come back to a necessity of, okay.
I can answer that.
Like imagine if that was the case, you might say, you can answer, you might say, you know what, when we eat the tomato, where does it feel pain? Okay, when you cut it in the middle, okay, we'll try to do it this way so it's less painful. So as Muslims, we implement the same thing as, look, we see it as some kind of a necessity, not an absolute, and saying that doing procedures in place so the animal, you're not hitting it, etc.
Let's say you're right. Let's say all the plants are sentient beings, they feel pain, they want to live. The thing is, the animals we eat, we are feeding with plants. So there are more plant deaths because we eat the animals. So we'd actually be using far less plants if you went vegan.
No, okay, good, very, very good point. But the issue with my point is this, is that to me, we live in a system where there's laws.
Yeah.
So if those laws are in place, I can say, you know what, maybe I'm stepping on some kind of living particles here. Let me not move. Let me not do nothing. Then the reality kicks in, and then we need to say to ourselves, okay, look, we can combat animal cruelty. I'll say let's join forces. Like Allah says to us in the Quran, وَتَعَاوَنَ عَلَى الْبِرِّ وَالتَّقْوَى, come together against righteousness. Now, with this we can define about, are we coming together against oppression? Yes, towards animals. We can come and join forces for that. But what is our purpose? To lessen the harm towards animals, being hit, poked, stabbed. This is disgusting behavior. No, see, that's different. Yeah?
The example you used.
So I think, don't you think? What's your name? Sorry,
Jack.
Jack. Don't you think the first step that we should take is this? Animals are going to be slaughtered to be eaten. It's going to happen. Yeah. It's going to happen. I know, but it's going to happen. I think we should combat animal cruelty. Because this is, firstly, the first one we can argue with it, we can debate with it, they can say, necessity, but I like
How do you define cruelty?
Yeah?
How do you define that?
I personally, if you ask me, I would say being harsh to any living being unnecessarily. Oh, no, that's even wrong, because you can't.
I would include stabbing them in the throat for an unnecessary reason in that definition.
Stabbing is different to cutting.
Okay, cutting them in the throat for an unnecessary reason.
Stabbing is
okay, so how would you do it? You just cut?
No, you have to, because the whole point behind it, we have a method of doing it. The animal needs to be moved away from other animals, because they don't want to see it. It's gruesome.
Would you accept this in a human context?
No.
Why?
Because why do I need to cut a human being? For what reason?
Maybe because you like the way they taste.
No, I prefer chicken.
I have a question.
Yeah, sure. Okay. He's talking about animals. He's a vegan.
So, under Islam, in Islam there's halal ways of killing animals, right? But there isn't a halal way of killing plants, right? Because why is that? That's
Okay, so for example, we haven't been told that, but even for us, we are told that even when you go to war, do not harm trees. You're not allowed to harm trees, yeah? And the Prophet ﷺ said in one of his hadith, the signs of the day of judgment, the signs of the end of the world, yeah? These are prophecies. He said that even if it's the day of judgment, if you're planting a plant, carry on. Don't be like, finish. So it's important to do something for society. But we haven't been told directly, for example, that how you treat animals, plants. We haven't.
distinction there in Islam.
No, of course. Like with us, we've been told animals because obviously we consume animals and we consume fruit and vegetables as well. But we haven't been told that they have some kind of feelings or emotion. We don't know yet.
And you already acknowledged the fact that the animals we eat are fed with plants. So you agree?
No, of course. I've accepted that.
So,
but what I'm coming back to is the reality that we live in.
Yeah, and you brought up the point that you could be hurting animals or creatures all the time without knowing.
Yeah. So then what do we do?
But the difference here is intent. So if you accidentally walk on an insect, that's different morally to purposefully slitting someone's throat.
But then what you need to do is then does that mean that we go and kill the animals that eat the plants? Like, because they're the ones killing, because you said like the animals are the ones who eat more vegetables. So they're causing mass murder.
No, because
do we go and kill them to protect the animals?
No, I don't believe that the plants are sentient beings.
If they did, would it be fair for me to come and say, let's slaughter sheep more so they don't kill, they don't cause more harm?
It would make sense to stop breeding the sheep.
But then do we know we should totally to get rid of them?
Stop breeding them, yeah.
And if we do that, you see the reality kicks in. I understand where you're coming from. Don't get me wrong. I understand where you're coming from. You seem like someone that's caring. Yeah, you've come here, you've done this. Why? Because you care for the animals. We care for the animals as well. We're just saying, can we have a middle ground? Can we have a middle understanding? Well, let's start off with stopping cruelty to animals, be it in the slaughterhouses or be it in general. Because then once we come the obstacle, then at least there's less animal suffering. And then we can talk about humane ways of, because we're not going to stop them. At least let's tell them how. Tell me how. I'm going to join it.
Because it's supply and demand. The more we buy, the more they create.
But that's what I'm saying. As human beings, we're greedy people.
But you can stop your impact. You can leave here today and never exploit animals again by picking up vegan sausages rather than pig sausages.
No, I love Griggs vegan sausage.
Yeah, amazing, right?
They should sponsor this video. I'll tell you, I love it. It's absolutely amazing. Yeah. So I can't have pork sausages.
Of course, yeah. So why would we exploit animals when we have that clear alternative?
Look, it comes back to reality. These people, like, it's good. I wish.
But you need to morally justify the behaviour of hurting animals.
No, 100%. But then again, I don't believe that doing it in a humane way. I believe it doesn't hurt an animal. I believe if you sharpen that knife and do it as fast as possible,
do you think the same thing could be said for a human? If I do a really sharp knife,
it might be. There are science. So for example, if I put you in a chokehold, or you put me in a chokehold, and then it's after a certain amount, I black out. Why? Because the blood doesn't go to the brain.
So is it ethical for me to say slit someone's throat?
No. You're going to extreme. Why are you slitting this throat? For what purpose?
Because I like the way they taste.
No.
I get pleasure from it.
There's chicken, there's lamb, there's a lot of other reasons. Do you get it? Because it's cannibalism. I'm saying there's a variety of options. However, in the context of you're in a cave, you're going to die.
But that's not the context we're in.
No, I know.
I'm saying, like, if I was going to kill someone now, so I killed some of your friends, you said, what are you doing?
Please don't kill them.
I won't. But hypothetically, and I said, I used a sharp knife, they didn't feel a thing, would that make it ethical?
No, because you're taking a human life for no reason, but just to
taste.
Well, you can say taste, but what's the purpose of killing them?
Because I like the way they taste, that's the reason I'm doing it.
No.
Yes.
Still, again.
So I just love the way they taste, I slit their throat, eat them.
Okay, I would say it's not justified because a human and animal is not the same.
Okay, what's the difference that justifies that difference in treatment?
Of course, he's a human being, yeah? He has faculties that an animal doesn't.
Which faculties?
I don't know, his emotions, he's got you can say animals have families as well, etc. But we're more intelligent.
Okay.
There's a lot that
do you think we should assign moral value based on intelligence? So if you're more intelligent than me, should you be treated better than me?
So what?
If you're more intelligent than me, should you be treated better than me?
No. I'm saying as human beings, we are not the same as animals.
Of course, I agree, but you're not the same as me either.
To kill a human being, I wouldn't say it's the same as killing an animal.
And you don't need to. You don't need to value the animal to the same value as human in order not to enslave them. You just need to believe that the animal is worth more than your taste pleasure.
No, it's not just about taste. It's about survival as well.
It's not because right. Do you admit that you could leave here today and be vegan?
Yeah, maybe.
So it's not survival.
No, it can be.
But for you.
No, it depends. Like, how am I going to get? Like, for example, what am I going to eat? Can I afford it? So, for example, the lifestyle you're telling me to live, can I live by it? Do you get what I'm trying to say?
Yeah,
these
but
are all the factors, but I don't know that.
Okay, but that's research. Sure, yeah. So if you think about price, the cheapest foods in the supermarket: rice, beans, lentils, vegetables. It's all vegan.
Yes, and vegan is quite expensive.
No. They can be, but it doesn't have to be.
Yeah, exactly. So what I'm saying is that there's a whole commitment behind it. Yeah, but what I'm saying is that it goes back to, again, to have a fine balance. We should not go from one extreme to another. I'm not coming and telling you that you have to be to be a Muslim, you have to eat meat. I'm not saying that. I'm saying, look, you can be a vegan Muslim.
Well, that's because my choice of being a vegan doesn't have a victim, whereas yours does. Someone's dying for you.
No, I can say that. For example, if I opened up and did some research, I believe that plants do have.
You're killing more plants than me by consuming.
No,
animals.
the animals that we're eating is killing more plants. So then it goes back to
the
animals.
They're only there because we're breeding them.
No, I know, but even if we didn't eat them, they still need to survive. Look, it's
No, because we're breeding them. They wouldn't be there.
Okay, one second. It's their survival. It's their survival of the sheep, the cow. It's their survival to eat grass.
Yeah, but they're only there.
To take that away from them.
You do take that away from them.
No, but if you do, that's oppression to them.
But you do that. You take it away from them when you kill them after 6 months.
That's what I'm trying to say. It's a cycle. If you take them away from what they're eating because they're killing vegetables or whatever, then they're just going to just die. You're going to kill them. Why? Oh, you can't eat vegetables.
We just stop breeding them. We stop breeding billions of them every year.
No, okay, then that means you're ending life. Based on life because they want to survive. And you're doing the same. Like for us, we want to survive, we want to eat. For example, let's say it's not for survival, argument's sake, So you're doing the same with us. Then terminate all human beings, because if vegetables have or plants have emotions and feelings, we're all dead. We can't eat nothing.
But there's no evidence that they have emotion.
Okay, if they do, Jack, that means we need to get rid of the sheep because the sheep are killing the vegetables. We can't eat them because we don't want to hurt them. No, we can't eat nothing.
Right, this is what we happened. This is what happened. Let's say we found out that we found out that plants have feelings. They love their families, all that stuff. What we do is we kill the least amount possible. How would we do that?
Yeah, Jack, that's what I'm saying.
Do you know how we do that? We'd stop breeding animals and eat the plants directly.
No, but see, that's again, the point comes to you don't want to hurt anyone. Now you're going against your principle with the lesser of two evils.
That's in a scenario where we have to choose the lesser of two evils.
Exactly.
So we're not in that scenario.
No, I know, but Jack, you see, this is where the survival kicks in and you're like, okay, what's the best thing to do, yeah? So I'm saying let's come together. The best thing to do is to stop animal cruelty. Because
which includes breeding and killing them.
Okay, but I'm saying, right now, breeding and killing them in a harsh, terrible way is not the same as treating them in a dignified manner. Yes, in a dignified manner. When it comes to the slaughter, it is that moment of time of 1 minute of, let's say, argument's sake, they feel pain. Then torturing them throughout their life, putting them in cages.
Okay, it's worse.
So I'm saying the lesser of two evils for me and you to come together is to work on that.
So we've got three options.
Otherwise we're dead. It's either you're dead, you can't eat plants, you can't eat nothing.
We've got three options. We've got give them terrible lives in cages, torture them and then kill them. Then we've got the way we kill them after happy lives.
No. They live a happy life.
And we kill them quickly.
And then at the moment of slaughter,
we slit their throat quickly.
You kill them. Just the way. If we learn that the vegetables and plants have feelings, that we're going to have to sacrifice and say, okay, the scientists, what's the fastest way for us to do this so they don't feel pain? Okay, get them from the roots.
Sure. But that's the second option. The third option is just leave them alone.
But we will die.
We won't die.
But if all vegetables and plants had feelings, we're all finished.
No, but okay, well they don't. But let's say they did. Let's say they did.
Because that can happen.
We still shouldn't breed animals.
We'll die. We'll all die.
Okay,
okay, we get rid of animals. Then we have plants.
Yes.
Then we can't have that because we're going to harm them. Then we have to die.
Then it will be a necessity.
Okay. Then can we agree? Then, for example, if there is a certain necessity to have animals, can we have them?
It can be justified if it's a necessity, of course. Cannibalism can be justified.
Okay, so what you're saying is extravagance.
No, I'm saying that there is absolutely no necessity. The American Dietetic Association, largest organisation of nutrition experts in the world, 2016, they said that a vegan diet is healthy for all stages of life.
No, being healthy, I respect that. But the thing is that for us, if there is a necessity to eat meat,
then you could justify it.
Can you agree that would justify it?
I also believe, yes, and I also believe that you can justify violence to humans if there's a necessity.
Okay, yes, in certain aspects. So we're on the same page. So what you're against, I think what we're against is right, because even the Prophet, peace be upon him, he wouldn't have meat. We have meat every day. It's actually disgusting. Yeah, it's the way we exploit it. Yeah. So I think I'm with you on that. Yeah, that the exploitation, the level that we're at, it's wrong. Yeah. So what we need to do is that whatever necessitates, that should be done. Yeah.
Okay. So if I was to show you that there was no necessity to consuming animals at all, you'll
have to do that because there has to be studies.
Yes.
There has to be. What do I have to do? So, for example, I've tried a vegetarian diet, and like sometimes I just feel like really weak. Yeah, I'll go train as well, and even though I know there's some vegan trainers as well, I've seen that they're quite hench as well. Yeah. Okay, but the thing is, even with them, some of them feed their cats meat. Yeah, hypocrisy. But the point what I'm saying is, it's hypocrisy. But what I'm saying is that look, it will be oppression for me to go and force my way of life to other people. We can reduce it. We can say, look, exploitation. You don't have to have chicken every day. You don't have to have beef every day. Yeah, you shouldn't. The Prophet ﷺ never did that. Yeah, as a Muslim. So we can limit it to a certain amount and work our way down to lowering animal cruelty.
But the thing is with forcing people to do things, we should force people to do certain things. Or
certain things,
I guess the better way of putting it is force people not to do certain things. So we force people not to murder. We try to force people not to abuse children.
Yes.
We try to force people not to abuse dogs or kill dogs.
Yes.
I think we should also extend chickens, pigs and cows and force people not to exploit and kill them as well.
Yes, we should force to minimize unnecessary killing of animals.
There we go. So we agree.
Yes.
So as soon as you were to find that it's unnecessary to eat animals, you agree that it becomes a moral obligation to be vegan.
Look, I as a Muslim can't say that. But as a Muslim, I won't say that somebody's committing haram for eating meat. Yeah, I can't say that. You don't need to be a.
But you said it. We should. You said
no, we should.
Stop.
So that's subjective. So we can say as Muslims have meat. It's better for you to have meat. So for example, the Prophet, these people have said to us that there is disease in red meat.
Right.
Yeah. So it tells us cut down on red meat. Yeah. So the Prophet will eat all kinds of food, dates and honey and all other kind of stuff. Yeah. And then we need to talk about the factors that the harms that this may have to the bees when you go and get the honey. Yeah. So there's such a massive issue.
It's easy not to eat honey as well.
That needs to be. No, but this is what I'm saying. Then we have to.
But you said we should only kill animals as much as necessary.
Yes. So and that's subjective. We don't know. We need to do figures. We need to say, okay, sure. 200 million animals should be killed, not 3 billion.
Or zero if it's not necessary.
No,
for us.
That needs to be argued.
Sure. Yeah. But if you were to establish that you could live healthy for the rest of your life as a vegan, you would do it.
I would do it, but I would not force someone else to do it.
That's fine. I can live with that. I can live with that.
As a Muslim, I don't need to. My hopefully entrance in paradise is La ilaha illallah. It's not eating meat. You get it?
I'll give you a card.
Do you believe in God?
No.
Why? You broke my heart.
I just haven't seen any evidence for it.
Okay, should we talk about that?
I might come back later after I finish recording and talk about that.
Okay, all right, no problem.
But
Thank you.
Here,
because it's the main fundamental thing it goes back to, you know. Because at the end of the day, we're talking about being cruel to animals. Yeah, we can't be cruel to God. God is most powerful. Yeah.
Yeah.
But we need to understand that as much as we care about the animals and their emotions, etc., we need to acknowledge that obviously if there's a higher intelligence, that he has rights as well, and that we should try our best to obey his laws as well. Do you know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah,
because then it'll be hypocrisy, like we're caring about the ants and everyone else, but the one who created the heavens and earth and that. But that's a different story.
Sure, we'll get to talk to you. Have a look at that card.
I think this is one of the most beautiful conversations I had in the past.
I'm glad to hear it.
Thank you, man.
There's some health information on there, right? I'll come back in a week and you'll be vegan and you can do the interviews with me.
Okay. I try my best, man. I try to cut down on me, you know. Trust me, man. Sometimes it's not healthy. It's not healthy. Trust me. I appreciate
it's healthy.
Not eating meat. Eating meat is not healthy, I'm saying.
Oh, I'm with you on that, man.
Yeah.
Well, good to talk to you. Thanks.
As you can see, brothers and sisters, we're having beautiful discussions here in the park. Vegans, vegetarians. Me personally, I'm a flexitarian. Yes. Asalaamu Alaikum.